One thing that I've noticed recently is that things always change, but you hardly ever notice it. Like this building behind me here, like they're working on it. But if you come by here every day, like it doesn't really seem like they're making any progress at all. But then if you don't come here for a couple of months, all of a sudden there's like this giant skyscraper like building here out of nowhere. Now I've come here to the Eye Cinema, which is like this pretty neat looking cinema here in the middle of Amsterdam, where about 7 years ago I used to come here every single week to like watch a movie and then make a review about it for my university studies. And let me tell you, this place used to look a lot more different than it does right now. But what changes even more than places is people. So we're now just across the water at the central station, and it was at this exact location where I had the start of that 16k run, like right here, back when it rained so much, where luckily today we still have some good weather now. However, whereas this place is now just a normal road and no longer a start of a 16k run, that run was also like 1 year and 2 months ago. And while that was 1 year and 2 months ago, it was also like 2, 3, 4 videos ago. So what's up with that? Well, what is up with that is that I've been messing up with keeping you guys updated as to what's been going on with me. Also, we're back in sight now because, like, yeah, this wind is, like, way too much. Now, this is something I haven't just been messing up for the last year, but actually for a lot longer. And the only reason I realized this was because I recently uploaded all of my videos here on Rumble, and then I came across this one video called Kicked as a YouTube Partner, Why Do We Create? Now this video talks about a situation where YouTube was to take away monetization of all channels below 1,000 subscribers. And what stood out to me at the time was that this video felt like weirdly disconnected. Like I was getting to somewhere, but it wasn't really clear as to why I was getting to that. And this was very well stood up by like this one comment by someone who said something along the lines of like, what are you really complaining about if you're like working on this channel for 2 years and you haven't made 1,000 subscribers? Maybe you're not really doing a good enough job to really warrant monetization. And the thing was, in a sense he was right, but in a sense he wasn't. Say hello to like the worst drawn YouTube and Twitch logos in like all of history, but hey, you know, they'll do. You know what they stand for. What I think this person was right about is that if you look at my YouTube channel at the time, I had like 570 subscribers and 50,000 views, which is nothing really to write home about. You're not going to be making any money off of that. Like not tens of dollars, not hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, like cents. So to be losing monetization and losing partnership, it's kind of weird for someone with such a channel to be complaining about that as though they have a career in that. But what I think this person was missing was that at that time I was also working on like my Twitch channel, which like was hosting these events where we had 10,000 followers and about 1.3 million views in just like a single weekend sort of thing. And that was kind of a bigger deal. I think that the biggest mistake here was that I was really bad in communicating that. The only times I ever talked about it was with one trailer and then one video where I talked about how great that event was.
Hello and welcome everyone, and we just came off the 100 hours of Warframe stream.
And it's very likely that you've never heard or even seen this video at all, because this video is unlisted and only has 8 views. Now, you may be wondering why that is. Well, let me tell you why that is. It's because I posted this video as a link only to my Twitter. Want to know why I did that? I really want to know why I did that. Because I don't. But this has been like this reoccurring theme since like 2017 onwards, where at the start of this channel, I was kind of keeping you guys in the loop with pretty much everything I was doing with the channel. I made this introduction video and then made some other videos. And I would often do this like ramble or vlog or whatever and just talk about whatever was on my mind. And then from 2017 onwards, I kind of stopped doing that. I think what happened here is that the moment I sprouted out the different channels, I kind of started this Marvel universe sort of thing. I had my main channel on which I was doing like Warframe stuff, and I had my Twitch channel which I was doing streams, and I had my Twitch channel which I was doing events. And everything I discuss anywhere there, I would never discuss on anywhere else because I thought that was common knowledge. It was like that building that was being built step by step. Because I was along the way step by step, I assumed that nothing had really changed and everyone was following along. But if you were just following one single channel, then like all of a sudden there'd be this skyscraper there and you'd be like, how did we get here? So in that spirit, let me just catch you up as to like what the entire idea is with this channel. So this channel right here, Michel Postma, is oftentimes referred to as the main channel, because this is the channel that I started out making YouTube videos with. My very first YouTube videos were about Warframe, which was this game that I really enjoyed to play, and I just wanted to talk about it and discuss it, so I found YouTube as a medium to do that. At this time, I didn't really know what I wanted to make, but I knew that I wanted to make something about this game that I really liked. And that allowed me to explore like a bunch of different formats and a bunch of different styles from which I could learn how to make videos. One thing that also happened around this time was that I got in touch with other people who made content around this game as well, and together, like, we set up this, like, event on Twitch. Now, Twitch is like a live streaming website, and on there I created this channel called Warframe Fan Channels, on which we hosted a couple of, like, multi-day events on which we raised money for charity, and we had overall, like, a pretty good fun time. It was somewhat successful with a couple of these events ending up on the front page, and overall this was a very fun thing to do for about the 2 years that we did that. Around this time I noticed that as my interest in making videos increased, my interest in the game actually decreased, which kind of became a problem because if I didn't really have the game to talk about, then what would I make videos about? So I tried really hard to shift my content to a place where I could make videos about basically anything and not necessarily be bound to the game. So this was a time that I made a big shift in this channel where I started doing vlogs and other stuff which were still somewhat connected to the game, like I would go out to TennoCon. However, all the gaming stuff I moved over to another channel, which is now called Postma 1. Basically, this second channel was just the same content as I did before. It was still me trying to find my format with making Warframe videos, which saw things like frame thoughts, which was talking about like theory crafting within Warframe. We had the 2-minute slash dash, which was like a very short 2-minute quick guide about one thing within the game. And ultimately I landed on playthroughs, which were highly edited videos of me playing through a part of the game or playing through an update of the game. And when eventually my interest in within this Warframe game faded, it also started to include other games. While I was actually trying to find my footing on like this gaming channel, on this channel right here I just didn't really know what to do. I just knew that I wanted to make something that wasn't gaming, but what kind of shape it would have, what kind of format it would be, I had absolutely no clue. So because of that, I just didn't really upload. I uploaded an occasional vlog or some running things or tried some formats from time to time, but nothing really stuck with me. Until recently, that's when I actually found a format that I quite like. You may have seen more of these videos pop up, which are like the tech videos as I call them. I think a better, more detailed description would be point of contact videos centered around hardware, software, and content creation. Now, that sounds like a lot of big words, but basically it just comes down to videos concerning anything that kind of intermingles between my interests within hardware, software on the technology side, and content creation, which I like to do right here. So, for instance, a camera is a great piece of hardware that works very well for content creation, thus we recently had the GoPro video. I will go into more depth about this into like a future video, but that's just kind of the general idea as to where we're at with this channel right now. As it stands right now, this channel right here will be my main focus for at least a little while. The reason for that is twofold. First of all, I want to kind of improve the process of making my videos. The latest tech videos have been very great, like I like these videos as they stand, but they just take like a little bit too long to make, and they just be posted too infrequently. There's too much time between them, so I want to get faster at that. The second reason has to do with something I haven't talked about that much yet, which is my Twitch channel. It's probably the channel I've been the most active on for like most of my career, as between 2017 and 2022 I streamed on this almost every single weekday. We've had some really cool fun moments on this channel, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed the time that we spent doing a whole variety of things. However, one of the problems that Twitch has is that its discovery is not that good, which means that new people are not very likely to find your stream if they've never seen or heard from you before. Whereas on YouTube, you have this algorithm that will recommend videos regardless of whether you know the creator or not. Because of that, I think right now it's very important to me to make more YouTube videos and focus on getting the videos and getting the content out there to people who may not know about it. That said, I'm not leaving the streams behind. With Twitch recently introducing multi-streaming, which means that you're now allowed to stream to Twitch and another platform at the same time, I want to start streaming to like YouTube and Twitch at the same time. However, I don't really want these streams to be just me turning on the camera and just starting off rambling. I kind of want to turn them into like fun little shows. And I have some ideas for that, but these streams kind of take time to make. So until they're ready, I'm not going to be streaming as much, but once they're ready, just be prepared that there will be some streams on this channel right now and also on the gaming channel. I think that these streams will be a little bit more prevalent on the gaming channel since a lot of these streams have to do with games and will also serve as like grounds for making videos. So yeah, that's kind of like an overview of like what this channel has been about and what it will hopefully be going forward. I'm sorry that I haven't really been all that upfront and clear as to like what I was going to do. I can imagine if you've only been watching this channel off and on from time to time, it must have been rather confusing as to what the hell was going on. And I hope that can be more clear going forward. And yeah, I'm excited for what's coming up. There's stuff that I know which will be really fun, or maybe not so fun. Like for instance, I made this program right here all by myself for like combining Twitch and YouTube chat for the upcoming streams. And like, I kind of really want to talk about it and make a video about it, but I think before that we should kind of talk about programming. So I think that's really fun because we're gonna have a video talking about like what is programming, what are the ideas behind it, and then we'll have a video talking about like this program right here and then comparing it to some alternatives on the market. And I think that's really fun. That's something I've never tried, but I think is really interesting because there's a ton of stuff you can do with programming and also a ton of stuff with making your own programs. But at the same time, it's also like a bit weird because I'm like, I don't know how fun it will be like 2 videos on programming like back to back. So yeah, if you don't like the programming videos, like please stick through them. We'll have other videos come up soon. But yeah, like that's stuff that's coming up. I hope that this video has been useful in like clearing up some confusion around like what the hell was going on with this channel. Because honestly, just going over the videos of just this channel alone, yeah, like I sometimes also didn't get like why all of a sudden there was a vlog here, or there was this thing there, or there was like a podcast highlight somewhere. It was kind of weird. And yeah, I'm sorry for that, but I hope that we're all ready to go for an exciting new future. I have some cool plans, and I hope you guys will be there with me along the way. This is the part of the video where I would have a montage of things outside because I was going to shoot this outside. But yeah, with the weather as it is, you'll just have to do it with this. Sorry, endings are tough.